Alright, so a couple of days ago, we had the Southern New Hampshire Hot Wheels Club meetup, the trade night. It's every first Tuesday of every month. Anyway, I scored a bunch of stuff. These three were the loose cars I got. Almost everything else was on a card, which is ironic. I don't... Usually I'm the opposite of that, but that's just how it worked out. I've been after this one for a while. Look at that. Engine's detailed and everything. The Escalade is a chase, I guess. This thing's cool. It's sort of a reproduction, but pretty neat. And as an example, hook up the Camaro to it. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to go through the rest of these kind of rapid fire. Oh yeah, this one's bubbling up a little bit on the base, but whatever. It's called tow truck. Alright, I'm going to go through the rest of what I got on the cards. Not going to make a whole big production out of it. Just basically a quick video showing off some of the stuff I picked up. You can never have too many Mopar muscle cars. We've all seen a tractor doing a front-wheel drive burnout. That's pretty normal, right? Check this out. Bradley's. If you're from New England, you know. Same thing with this guy. Pretty cool. The black Hot Wheels 500 Indy car. With and without the No Fear logos. These are both fantasy castings. Assault Crawler and Toe Jam is it's a casting I kind of like, even though it's a ridiculous fantasy casting. This one's got the Dodge Viper wheels, which is cool. 97 first editions and 99 first editions. Everybody cuts these up for the little bicycle in here. Custom bike. It's very common for people to hack these up and drill them apart. Steal the bike. Alright, next we have two treasure hunts and a chase. This would be from the early days of supers, I believe. I believe at this point it would have been called a super. This is 2008, so maybe not. Maybe 2010 is when supers versus regular treasure hunts became a thing. But in any case, it's a really nice casting. It's a short card too. So is this one. Once again, beautiful car. I do like this casting. It's it's called Jaded, but it's obviously Henry J. / Allstate car made into a pro street, or I suppose a drag race car. Not quite a funny car, but a super modified, altered, whatever variation this would be. Essentially a professional drag racer. Tube chassis with a fiberglass body type of deal, most likely. And this is the Chase Mustang. So we've got a metal base and it's Spectra Flame. I wish you guys could see it better. It's tough to... Does that help? Turning down the contrast? I feel like that helps a little bit to highlight the paint. Alright, next up we've got the 959. This is an RLC car. It's from a couple of years ago, I believe. I want to say 2022. Is there even a year on here? Oh. There we go. Oh, 24. Okay. So it's just from last year. Anyway, there's the hologram. Sort of a tamper seal. Porsche official license trademark seal. But yeah, this thing's beautiful. This will get open soon. It's not going to stay in the package for long. I hope not. Anyway, we'll be moving soon, so I might wait until after we move to crack this open. Alright, next is this ridiculous thing. This came from Europe. My buddy said that it was brought back from Romania in the luggage. And it's funny because it's... this is a core memory for me, seeing these Dachas. I mean, they were everywhere. This is wild. I want to say they were made in Bulgaria or Romania, and I can't remember. I don't know why I'm getting it mixed up now. But in any case, they were very popular. They were like a license-built Renault, if I remember correctly. I forget the exact details, but it was a derpy little front-wheel drive Eastern European car. But some people loved them. A couple of my relatives had them. They seem to always be burgundy or green, from what I remember. Maybe that's just what I saw in my hometown. Alright, moving right along. Finally picked up a meat wagon. I need to grab a loose one of these. I don't think I can bring myself to open this thing up. Maybe I will. I don't know. Might have even re-released this thing. I don't know if it's worth keeping in the package, but it is pretty cool. The package is very intact. Yeah, this one is probably newer than I'm thinking. Let's see. 99. Alright, well. In any case, finally have one. Everybody's excited about those Hot Wheels Ferraris. I really don't care all that much. But check out what I picked up pretty cheap. The 61 156F. This is what's commonly referred to as a shark nose. Then we've got the 365 GT4 BB. It's from 73. And the 67 330 P4. You know, I kind of want to open these up and check them out. Alright, I got a great deal on these. My only complaint with these is that I wish they had side view mirrors too, so I guess I have two complaints. That would be the first, is lack of side view mirrors. The other thing I would say is that it would be so much more logical and so much nicer if they were all the same scale. So the 330 as well as the shark nose I went to 38th scale. And then, this one and the 330 and the 365 BB are went to 38th scale, and the shark noses went to 35th scale. So it's not the end of the world, but if you're gonna make a series like this, it would be nice if they kept it to the same scale. I mean, it does make all the sense in the world. But anyway, these things are awesome. This is one of my favorite Ferraris of all time. It looks even cooler as a roadster Targa situation. And this is sort of the predecessor to the Testarossa, the mid-engined single-word Testarossa. We get the shark nose. Pretty awesome if you ask me. I've always loved the shark nose. It's like just one of those really cool designs. There's something so undeniably unique about it. Alright, moving right along. This is awesome. This is a 5-car set from Jada. Apparently it's Target exclusive. Came out years ago before I don't think we even had Targets in New England. But anyway, so we've got the 38 Dodge Airflow, which is awesome. 31 Ford Model A, paddy wagon hot rod situation. Look, instead of Brinks, it says Bling in the same font. I love it. And the Divco, basically. And 41 Willys Coupe. That's a great casting. Love it. Also police. Well, they're not all police cars, but anyway. Metropolitan Police and Impound Ford 47 Ford cab over engine. These are really rare. I feel like I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, obviously this is a fantasy vehicle, but as far as the 47 COEs, I believe the only one I've ever seen outside of my friend Mark. So my friend Mark has one that he used to be a what the heck is it? Civil defense fuel truck. And then the other one is a work truck that I believe used to belong to a farm or something up in Maine. A friend of a friend of a friend has it. Anyway, seated up in Kittery, driving up Route 1. Alright, I'm not going to open these today, but they will get opened at some point. Let's move on. Alright, so everything I just showed you was from the trade night. This is sort of unofficial trade stuff. These were basically gifts that I got from Jeff. Extras and things he had that were either doubles or, because they're not Mopars, things that he tossed my way knowing that I'm a GM muscle car or whatever fan. So you got those. These two are cool. The Jag in black with the red interior, and the Countach, the police car. That's a great casting. I'm honestly tempted when I see these. I'm tempted to buy more of them when I see them in trade nights. I don't think I have that many of these in terms of extra. I know I had a couple of extra red ones, but I drilled one apart and made a custom out of it. So that's actually really exciting. I would totally pick this up if I had seen it. So thanks again, Jeff. And there's more. Check this out. We've got a final run Mercedes-Benz, the Unimog. So these are 2001 final runs. And that's it. That's the very last variation of this casting that they ever made. By the way, how cool is that? It's got final run on the wheels. The white letter tires. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty sure it was 2001. Retiring model. How did I come up with it being 2001? I don't know. But anyway, take one last look at the Mercedes-Benz Unimog, which was introduced to New Republic in 1991. We have used this rugged 4x4 several times over a decade, and it's with heavy heart that we watch it head off down the Autobahn. I mean, it's more of a down a dirt road. But anyway. Ooh, that's when the 850 was retired, I guess. Crazy. Alright, now we also got some loose stuff, so let's take a look at that real quick. London double-decker bus. Absolutely awesome. Phenomenal shape. Might be one of the nicest ones I have now. Except for the couple I actually opened up brand new. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. Pretty awesome. I love these models of yesteryear. And Days Gone, as they called the other ones. 1912 Ford Model T. It's probably cat hair. This thing's awesome. I do have one, but it's pretty awesome that I can bring one to my parents' house as well, because I love it. I got a big thing for lemons and yellow and green themed stuff and lime juice cordial. Bugatti Type 44. This thing's awesome. I've always loved these cars. This casting is probably the nicest version of one that they ever made. That's affordable. It's not some ridiculous over-the-top model. This is a casting that I do have a couple of. Both of mine are very rough. So this was on my radar to pick up a nice one at some point. And this one's absolutely awesome. Better than average as far as eBay, and certainly way better than average at the flea market. Alright, and we've got a couple of semis. These are awesome. One is Ace Hardware. I think that's from Ace Hardware. Maybe not. Maybe it just says Ace on it. But we've got a Kenworth COE and a Peterbilt standard big rig. Those are cool. Highly recommend. These are cool trucks. Rough Track is clearly a Holden Ute. I've got a couple of these, and once again, I never got one as a kid. All the ones I have are from flea markets, and they're beat to crap. So this is pretty exciting, getting a mint one. It's near mint. Then we get the Ferrari and the Porsche. The 935, Moby Dick sort of crazy situation similar to this, is what won the 24-hour Le Mans just after I was born. Just a few months old, and they won it for a long last time. I don't think that was a factory-backed team. That was the whole Winnington Brothers thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be opening up some of these soon.